I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. There it is.
Hello, everybody out there. Good morning. Good morning. Good Thursday morning.
The eternally pouring cup of coffee again. It's Thursday.
That's right. Thursday. I'm up. I'm awake.
The computer says we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone said we're live. Either that, it was standards and practices. Come on
Don't.
in, everybody. Have a seat. Get on that comment section.
Yeah, the
It's going to be
comment
a great
section.
show. Rob Crump is already there, but he ain't saying nothing. He's just
Hey,
there.
yeah. Hey,
Trico's in the
Rob.
house. Woohoo.
Try a more varied and ready time. Yeah, it's
Varian and Randy time. That doesn't sound good.
was that another one of those code words for you to?
No more code words.
Oh no, that's another one.
We're all going to get Epsteined. There's a code
Yeah.
word for you.
Randy sauce. That's
Good old YouTube will come in and say, you know, Epstein,
what
he didn't kill himself.
you know Randy is a word for horny. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't realize that until the honest truth. Honest truth. Matt Frizzell did a caricature of me.
Hmm.
That has me standing there. You know how Matt Frizzell draws as a stick figure,
Right.
and has a girl coming up going, "Are you Randy?" And the other character I think says yes all the time.
Oh, that's like, oh,
But yeah, that's got more of an English origin,
yeah.
UK origin than it is here in the states. So
Are you feeling
either that or
Randy?
my parents were really demented, and I can't see that happening. We're gonna
You
call him Randy because I'm just Randy. I'm not Randell or Randolph or any of
yeah.
that. I'm Randy. And the why is the question I kept asking all the time. Why did you name me this?
Why?
Yeah,
Why? Uh, it's a good name. It's a good show name. Hey, Amber.
it's better than some and a lot worse than others. So, hey everybody, come on in.
Yeah. I, I believe. Oh, I seen
Amber's in the
Amber there.
house. We
Hold
have
up.
to watch what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome,
We'll have to
Amber.
watch it. Um,
Now we
I
are
also want.
officially in mixed company.
Yeah, and now we have to be very careful what we say. We have to. I'm into the show. That's been our show, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. I'm
Technically,
just
we
kidding.
were always in mixed company. We are TVMA DLSV. I don't want to
It's
tell you
so
what the V
early.
stands for, but
It's so
that's the way
early
it
in the
is.
morning to be.
Early for some. Some of us
Yeah,
are laughing at us just as they're about to go to dinner
yeah, yeah. Like if you're like Mar, you're
or lunch, depending upon where you at, where
yeah.
you are in the world.
Marv's in Portugal, so he's ready to probably go to bed.
He,
He's about to go to
no,
lunch.
he's about ready to break for tea, probably. No,
Uh,
he's about ready to go to take a break from work.
we're going to talk about a couple different things. Also, we got a question in on Indie Radio from this morning actually about we got some customers who are unhappy with the way you're shipping your comics. That's right, they are tired of the way you're shipping books to them. They don't like the padded mailers. They don't like any of it, and they want you to stop. They want you to invest in shipping.
Keep sending your cash. We'll stop mailing. We'll be
Whoa,
good.
whoa.
We're not.
Mm,
Nobody's paying us.
yeah, yeah. Well, when I ship my books, I always ship them in containers. But let's hit the intro, Randy, and come back and show everybody our glorious faces. We got guests tonight. We got King Daniel who's going to come on and talk about Jarhead. Anthony Figaro is going to join us, show us some new stuff from his book. And yeah, got lots to talk about. Let's hit the intro. I'm going to hit it. I got it right here.
Oh, you got it. I got it.
Yep.
You
Oh,
got
you
it.
go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
All right. Hold your ears, everybody. Here we go. Yeah, that
Hello.
is faster than normal.
Yeah. I don't get it. I'm going to have to
They just
reach out to the.
they just want us to get it over with. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Hurry it up. Hurry it up.
I gotta
How
set.
was everyone?
I probably have to set my video to public.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. We are happy to be here with you this Thursday morning. Um,
Every time I do this, I have to figure out where it's at. There it is. Yeah, again, it's just up for friends. Now it's open for the public.
yeah.
Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. The comment section is open. Feel free to contribute.
Let's see. All right, there we go. So we've got that set up. Sorry, I was making sure links went out there. Links aren't working correctly apparently. So I'm getting them fixed now. So Randy, the question that came in was it was from a gentleman here in the United States, Jeremy. He says, I've ordered several comics and from Kickstarter or from independent publishers,
Well,
and it's
sorry
been a
about
mix.
that.
It's been a mixed bag about the quality of content he gets, the way it's
Okay.
shipped.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, just the way it's shipped.
yeah, the way it's shipped. He says bubble mailers, some are Gemini mailers, some are off-brand Gemini mailers.
Uh-huh.
The off-brand Gemini mailers even work better than the people using padded envelopes or putting the comic in a. I've seen this. I've seen regular yellow or manila, I guess, envelopes
Yeah.
um, with a piece of cardboard,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen that. I've gotten those myself.
Wedged between two pieces of cardboard or just one piece of cardboard?
Usually wedged between two pieces. Usually,
Depending on
um,
how it's taped up, that's almost the same as a Gemini mailer.
it could be. Yeah. At the same time, I think people stick just a book in the mail. I've gotten books, just a book in the mail. Never. I'm sorry, not the Hicks method. I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
I
it's
was
stuck
just
in an
gonna
envelope.
say
Yeah,
that. Was it Jeremy? Should be glad that we're not all shipping that stuff out the Hicks method. Just
yeah,
slapping a mailing label on the back of the book and just sending it along. Yeah.
yeah. You
Good
might
thing
like,
we're in a collectibles market.
yeah.
Where things might actually be valuable someday.
I remember getting a book. It was a special send away book. It wasn't special. It was $10 at the time. But you had to have this. You had to bought this video game in order to get the comic for $10. In order to get the honor to get the book for $10.
Get the honor. Okay.
And I sent off for, and it took like, oh gosh, 6 to 8 weeks to get to me. But when it got to me, the cover it was in a plastic bag, and they put it. The publisher put it in a plastic bag, but the cover was ripped off. The book had been, it had seen better days, and I remember reaching
Some
out to the company.
somebody at the in the mail system between point A and U probably decided to take it to lunch.
Yeah, well, it was still in the plastic bag, like from the publisher, because it had the
They just
logo of the
put it
comic.
back in the bag and stuck
And
it.
they
You know.
could,
Yeah.
and it was messed up, and I reached out to the company through email. 2 days later, I got an email back saying sorry. Feel free to order again. I did order again. That time the book came undamaged. Um, but yeah, I still have it too. I still have that book. But
Maybe that's their way of getting extra money from you.
it could have been.
If you
Ship
want a
all those
good book,
damaged ones.
send it to pay for more postage.
A nice company would have sent it. Would have sent me.
Somebody interested in customer service? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, and I'm not sure what, because I didn't reach out to the publisher. I reached out to the company that was handling.
This is comics, my friend.
Yeah.
This is a business where you have creators who sweat and take their time on their artwork in order to get a fantastically low page rate and to get on social media and tell everybody we didn't write this book for you.
Hmm.
So, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Jeremy, just be careful when you're mailing, especially if you're a long distance, and let them know to please pack this thing extra tight because you're interested in its collectability a lot more than its readability. So, but a lot of times you take what you get, especially if you're planning on slabbing something. So it's a spin the wheel.
Hmm.
But most of the time, the majority of the time, especially with the way everybody knows about Gemini mailers, or everybody should know about Gemini mailers, most everything is shipped pretty well protected, unless your postman is got a grudge against you or hates your dog or something like that, and decides to take your mail package and boom, 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 bam, bam, boom, boom, and then throw it in your mailbox.
Yeah.
I've seen trash men do that to trash cans. On their route, and somebody that they didn't like, bang, 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 boom, boom. There's even one famous video out there where they took the mailbox with them too and just threw it in the back of the garbage truck.
Hmm.
Guy was so mad he just ripped the mailbox up, threw it in Threw it in the back of the garbage truck.
Right. Yeah. I see that. All right. Let's see here. So we got our guest. One of our guests joining us right now. He is here.
He's in the green
Let's see.
room.
That's right.
Leave some of those M&Ms for me.
We have the worst green room ever. I think backstage they call it the green room, and we have the worst backstage green room ever. I would say that we should be more like Maury and put sexy decoys back there, but we don't.
We'd never get them out here.
Yeah,
Who wants to deal with us if there's sexy decoys in the green room?
Let's break in King Daniel. Joining us now. Let me move that so we can see him. There you go. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good. Hey, you're coming through good.
Yeah, we are happy to have you here with us. Let me look at these comments. The comments just exploded.
Did they?
Yeah, Larry said, "What's the word, homies?" Yeah, Larry. We should talk to you about that. Yeah, we should talk to you about how you ship your books. Got a lot of complaints about it. I'm just kidding. Larry Lonsby Jr. We got a lot of Larrys in here today. Good morning,
Lonsby. Good morning.
Mafi says yes.
Mafi, see.
Larry says, "Spin the wheel, made the deal." Yep. Word. And then Heather says, "Hey, how you doing?" Hey, Heather. Good morning to you.
Heather. Good morning.
Good morning to you. I hope that you're feeling better. Heather has been keeping me entertained with YouTube videos. She's been during the stay-at-home period. Yeah. She's got a YouTube station.
Okay.
I without her permission, I won't tell everybody the name of it, but it's really cool. She talks to people and really reaches out. It's pretty cool. She's
you don't want to expound on that? It must be.
Well, no, she's just following like
what's of adult nature. Or what?
No, it's not of adult nature. She's just talking about what's happening like during the quarantine. She reaches out to people.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool. I like it. So we got let's see. Larry says he's packing his feet. All right, Larry, I'll send you one in a minute. Give me a few minutes. We want to talk to King Daniel here, King Daniel Taylor. Now, I know a couple Taylors. You got any relatives in Michigan?
I might have.
Yeah.
Depending on I might have. I got a lot of family all around.
Yeah. Why I always say, if anybody knows any grants, like they related to you, I hope not.
There are a lot of Taylors and grants
I don't know.
So.
Yeah.
just like there's a lot of Zimmermans, especially over in Germany. So.
Yeah. Zimmerman ain't been the most popular name for a while now.
Well, I have no relation though. So
yeah, I know.
It's a long family. So,
yeah.
We're just Zimmerman long enough to pick up the name.
I've mentioned this before, but my wife, her family's name is Purgatory, and I really wish that she could have kept that name. I'd have taken that name. I'd love to have been Purgatory. It'd been awesome.
Oh no, bad pun. That would have been hell growing up, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and by the way, Heather is stuck in the house of a 2-year-old little girl. Terrible shoes. So that's what makes the YouTube show probably even more entertaining. Is that she's stuck in the house of a 2-year-old. Heather, strength. Be strong. It's almost
feel your pain. Most of us have all had 2-year-olds at one point or another.
And Heather's here in Michigan, so she's
oh cool.
Yeah, she's got to deal with that 2-year-old being sheltered in place for a little while longer.
Oh, we just lost him. King Daniel. I didn't do it.
I'm sure he'll be back.
I didn't do it. I didn't do that, Daniel. Come on back in.
Yeah, click the link again.
Wow, he must have lost his connection. He said, "You're all in Michigan. Screw you. I'm out of here." Hey, we want to welcome everybody in Indie Volt Radio all around the world. We appreciate each and every one of you, even if you can't see our ugly faces.
Yeah, let me pull those YouTube numbers up.
And I got to tell you, lately I've been getting a real international group on my friends list, which I think is just incredible. So we'd love to hear from you guys, no matter where you're from, or girls, or whoever. Guys as a meaning everyone.
Sorry
let us
about
know what you're
that.
reading out there, especially if you're enjoying some comics that we're not reading yet.
No problem.
We want to know.
I'm gonna pull up your book here.
Now, should we address you as King Daniel?
Talk to me, whatever you want to address me as.
Should we address you as Daniel, His Majesty? What? Your Majesty?
Anything, baby. Go ahead, talk to me.
Now, you're a friend of. I was the first time I seen your work, Anthony Figaro showed it to me. He said, "I want you to reach out to this guy and look at his artwork." And I do like it. I like the artwork. Now let's talk a little bit about Jarhead, your book. I want to put up the cover. Jarhead is the cover up, Randy. I think it is.
Oh yeah, there we go. I remember seeing that now. Yeah.
Now,
That
let's talk
showed me
about
that
that.
artwork. Yeah.
Daniel, are you the artist, the writer?
I am the creator design of the characters. I design all the characters of my universe of my galaxy. I designed them all. But I had a color artist. His name is Jake Goodman. But I also had a colorist. His name is Mickey Clausen.
Mm.
He worked on the cover. He colored the cover and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he did the logo. And but Jake Goodman did the drawings of the cover and
Okay.
everything. But I'm the writer of the story, and I have a script writer named is Bill McCormick.
And do you do the interior
Shout out to all
artwork
of
as
those
well?
guys. My artist Leo Gundam did that.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna go through some next pages. This right here. Love this
Oh,
page
look
here.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, when I seen this page, I reached out to you and I offered critiques. I was like, "Oh, this page is awesome. Do this." And this page, I love it. I honestly think like this right here to me seems like a cover almost in a way. Definitely a poster. I like it. Now,
Well,
you're tell us a little about. Oh, I'm sorry, did I cut you off? Go ahead.
no, go ahead, talk to me, talk to me.
Is it so the main character is well, tell us about the story a little bit.
Well, the main character was born in basically what you say the dark. What I mean by that is his parents got killed when he was a child, when he was like a teenager, still a child some way. When he was a teenager, and he grew up not knowing who killed his family. He wanted to know who killed his family. So, and his dad, the backstory on his father went into business with a um the evil guy, which was his long lost friend, Demented Deuce. Now that's the guy right there fighting Jarhead right now. The lizard guy. They call him lizard guy, but he's actually a reptilian. And I want you to look up reptilians, and you'll
Yeah.
see the powers of them and all that stuff. But a lot of people don't know is that Jarhead's dad went into business with Demented Deuce. They was best friends at first, but Demented Deuce got greedy and very, how like when y'all become famous, right? And you went into business with somebody and they want your side of the stake and their side also. They're greedy, right?
Mhm.
And they think it's because of them that y'all made it. You know what I'm saying? And no, but when it wasn't because of them, it was both of y'all work that got there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I had a
And
lot of business deals go that way.
what you say?
I said, a lot of business deals go that way.
Exactly. And that's a life lesson. That's something that people go through. And I wanted to relate to people about with this story because it's a lot of things in the story that will open the people's mind and blow their mind and wow them and bring them to realization of there's real superheroes out here, not like no Spider-Man, not like no Thor, not like no. He's way different, way strong, way all that.
I
All that.
it's funny. I have reptilians in the comic I'm working on too. Well, they're not really reptilians. I take the reptilian idea and kind of flip it
Okay.
on
Okay.
and fold it into other things and why they are that way. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like playing with.
Okay.
I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but I like playing with conspiracy theory. I like playing with certain elements of biblical and myth and all that type of stuff. I love doing that. Marv, good morning. Heather said that her 2-year-old she was referring to earlier just learned how to turn on the lights, turn them on and off, so it looks like her apartment is haunted.
There you go. Get that
But yeah.
disco effect working.
But there's her channel, Tucker Family Vlogs. If anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah.
He's a very entertaining YouTube channel. And Marv says, "Thank you so much for having me on the show last Friday. I hope to redeem myself. I was bad, but it was fun. Thanks for the company, Marv. You're always welcome to come on. If
Happy
you
to have you
haven't,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you haven't checked out Marv's artwork, it is fantastic. Um, Marv does this stippling technique that's and his artwork reminds me a lot of oh gosh, who's the guy? Molinaro?
You're thinking Mobius.
Well, Mobius, and there's another guy he reminds me of too. It's like Mobius and the guy who they kicked off the Spider Woman cover. Remember he did the like
Oh, Moreno.
was that
Oh, yeah. He was right on the tip of my tongue. I know who you're talking
yeah?
about, though.
It,
Yeah.
it seemed like they took those two
Mer-
people, Mobius and I think it's Molinaro.
Melanaro.
Yeah, they took them and pushed them
Monaro.
together, and you got
Monaro.
Marv.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
does his stippling technique is just fantastic.
There
Like,
you go.
yeah, Marv, you're always welcome to come on the show. We appreciate you having on.
Well,
Uh,
Marv's from Portugal, and
yeah,
over in Europe, they print a lot of comics in black and white, and a lot of that includes gray tones and phenomenal line work.
yeah.
So yeah, Marv's
So,
in that school of drawing. Yeah,
so with Jarhead here, are you going to
look at that.
Yeah, that's real nice. I like that. Um, the book. This is it's going to be a book. Comic. Are
Hmm.
you going to go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo? Are you planning to do that yet?
Me and Anthony Figaro, me and Anthony, we're working on it.
Hmm.
We're talking about it, and he's gonna help me build it because this will be my first time on Indiegogo because
Hmm.
I'm trying to see because the prizes that I'm going to do in the Indiegogo is do something for the fans and whoever supports and backs the first 10 people will get gold covers signed. Okay, and what I was like if they support or back like more than like I say 50, they'll get merchandise, t-shirts, posters, variant covers, whatever they want.
Okay.
Stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, the more the higher they support, the more that they
That they
more
get, yeah.
content they get, which is to me, I just backed the project that I'm happy that it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I backed to the highest level, and what the person did was, and what a lot of people do now, they're almost creating subscription levels to their funding campaign. So they're like, "Hey, get this, and you'll get everything and anything that I add. You don't have to worry; it's all going to be in there." And after a while, you find out
Right.
you realize that you're actually probably saving hundreds if you tried to buy all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Uh,
And that's what I want to do for my campaign is give them more than what they give them what their money's worth. Give them bargain like go over the balance beam because I love people. If you stay with me loyally, if you loyal with me from beginning to end, bro, I'm about to blow your mind and I'm about to basically take you with me, you know. It's
Yeah.
greatness and I want to show my token for my love for the people
I
mhm.
hear you.
that support Jarhead.
Jarhead's on Indiegogo. Is that on now, or is that coming? When does your campaign run?
It's coming. It's actually
Okay, you're in the prep
it's
stages
in
right now. Then.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're working on some we're going to be I have to talk to Anthony. We're going to be working on some production, some waves of it.
Hmm. Well, it's good you're talking to Anthony because he's been through it before,
Mhm.
so he'll be able
Yeah,
to help
yeah,
you
yeah.
out. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Now,
always good
Yeah,
to have
you know.
a mentor like that, somebody who's gone through it already. So
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
and then there's your cover. And I
yeah.
think did you send me another image? Oh yeah, then there's your logo. Okay, there we go. Are you going to when you go to obviously you're going to Kickstarter with it, but Indiegogo with it, but are you going to at some point have like the book available in your store to pick up? And how soon do you think you'll have it ready?
I want to say somewhere in the summertime. I'll have the book already. Somewhere in the summertime because we don't want to give a date and then don't meet it. You get what I'm saying?
Oh
Right.
yeah. Yep.
And we don't want to let our fans down. And as you can see, I want to give the people a perfect product, a product where they have no when they review it, they are pulled in immediately. And the story is going to, you're going to want to come back for more. We're not going to start off with action. We're going to hit you with some real talking, some real pull you in type of conversations. And right now we're go ahead, talk to me. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we got someone who knows how to and has a successful Kickstarter. We got Larry that joined us. Larry has done he finished up his campaign. He's still in the middle of shipping. Is that fair to say, Larry?
Well, considering I got a package in my hand right now, yes, sir.
And how is this package going out? Because we got a complaint this morning. Not about you. Yeah. But we got a complaint from a writer who wrote in. His name is Jeremy, and he is upset because hello. Hello, and then but yeah, he said that he got several books from different campaigns, so Indiegogo, Kickstarter, just on indie publisher sites, and it's a mixed bag in terms of quality of shipping. He's seen it all. I know I've seen a lot of different things. I've seen people use Gemini mailers. I've seen people use just straight up envelopes, padded envelopes. And what do you use?
Well, it's not quite like a Gemini, but it's an easy fold mailer. So I don't want to dox that person. I don't want to dox myself either, but it's one of these things. It's white. It's
it's white. Oh, you're off the show.
White. Yeah. Well, this next one's brown,
and it's very sturdy.
Yeah. No, this thing is sturdy, man. Nothing's gonna happen to this thing, right? So the comic books are taped right in the middle. They're in bubble wrap. There's a print that's in a protective sleeve. When I ship this thing to you, nothing's happening to your comic book. The only problem here is I ran out of these, and my source is out of stock. So I had to get slightly different mailers, which are slightly bigger. So I got these big ones here now. Like these things are made to ship records, but this was all I can get to ship comic books in. So now they're going out in these due to Corona. Stores out of stock.
Those look like they could hold an album cover.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're for.
An old style LP, yeah.
But I mean, I have big prints, so I mean, they fit in there. Nice.
Hey, Eric points out that you're holding your package.
I am holding my package.
Now, here's what you do. If you want to get back to Eric, that Chun-Li figure on the back, wall, hold up to the screen real quick.
You want me to grab that?
Yeah. If you want to pick it, Eric's a big Chun-Li collector.
Is he?
Yeah.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a big Chun-Li collector.
Now, if you like Chun-Li, though, you're gonna love this wall scroll I got.
I got that one, the wall scroll with her leaning on the wall.
Yeah,
I have one of those
right over there in the back.
Yeah, mine is as old as mine is super old.
It's a little hard to tell with the window reflection, but looks cool.
Yeah. So when you're shipping your books, because I mean, we got Daniel's going to be shipping pretty soon. What advice would you give him?
Try and stay away from the bubble envelopes if you can. Use like Randy said, use the Gemini mailers if you got them. The only problem with the Gemini mailers for me is I have these prints that are like 11 by 10, and they don't fit in a Gemini mailer. So I have to use these bigger mailers, right?
You have to fold them probably, and that causes a crease.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So I guess another piece of advice is that, and I'm going to do this next time, it's just whatever you make sure it could fit in a comic book bag, right? So cards, mini prints, whatever. So then you're like, oh man, these Geminis are too small. Now I have to find something bigger just to accommodate like one single print. That is the problem I'm having right now. You know what I mean?
We had somebody offering door hangers.
Randy, goddammit.
Right? So this thing here is slightly larger than a comic book and it requires a slightly larger packaging just to accommodate this. Yeah. Now, if this was a bit smaller, then it'd be no problem. Everything can go in the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I should announce, by the way, that I have secured the rights to the Randy Zimmerman art collection. And I will be making sure that
only upon my passing that there will be a Spank the Monkey door hanger.
That's right.
There we go.
So, like this one here, here's got the print like tape right down on the center, and then the comic book and the bubble wrap goes on top of that, and that gets taped, and so they don't jiggle, they don't move, nothing gets folded, nothing gets bent.
Are they real? Oh, I get. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Hardcore tape, top and bottom there.
So they don't jiggle, they don't move. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah,
they don't jiggle.
They don't jiggle, they don't move, brother.
So you've got that going on, and you tape those down. And the important thing, I used to work at I've worked at FedEx and UPS, but I worked at the UPS store for quite a while, and I learned so much about packing, which is funny because it taught me, a lot about what I'm doing now. And I'm shipping these books out, and the important thing to do is not to add any additional weight. Tape doesn't add that much additional weight. No. Bubble wrap does. Unfortunately, with comic books, you can't really use air.
No annoying popcorn.
Yeah,
styrofoam popcorn pieces to brush off.
Right. You can't use Excelsior. That's it's called Excelsior.
Excelsior. That's what Stan Lee uses.
Yeah. And I got a machine that pumps air into these little air packets. I like bubble
things. Yeah.
But again, now that doesn't add any weight. But does it work for a comic book? No, it doesn't, because you can't. So I think that when you're shipping books, it is going to be essential, especially in the future, to make sure you're shipping. And we have to guys get some type of uniformity. We have to, because you get what you at least put some quality into it. Doesn't look like that book that those packages that Larry's sending out are gonna get damaged.
Well, look, if you're going to use like bubble mailers, right? And this is what I did when I first started, because I didn't know about Geminis even existed. You need to get like 2 pieces of cardboard, put your comic in between them. Because if you don't, the mailman just sees a bubble envelope. He thinks it's paper inside. He's going to fold it up and like jam it in somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you how many comics I gotten wrecked because mishandled by the mail. Like they don't keep it flat, And so
if a mailman can bend your package, it will get bent.
Yeah. So my brother works for a courier company, and he said, his rule of thumb is whenever you send something out, regardless of what it is, ship it out like it's going to go through a war. You know what I mean?
It does. Yeah.
He says they don't care about your package when they're handling them.
No. Eric says he has that figure. She's fighting Cammy, and then Marv says, I would love to have lots of indie comics, but the shipping is expensive. Yeah. I have supported the Indiegogo campaign. I paid $50 for shipping. Now I only have digital comics, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's a good point. People talk about like this is going to be the year of crowdfunding. No comic shops are open. Diamond is down for a month or two. But the problem is that people are used to going to the comic shop and buying comics for $5 or $6 a piece. Now they're coming to Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and they're like, okay, well that comic's $10 or $15, and now there's also like a $20 shipping. So, like for me, I want to buy this comic book I saw on Kickstarter. After everything was said and done, it was going to be like $60 Canadian after shipping because I'm in Canada, right? And like that's a lot of money for a floppy. Can't do it, right? So I backed him digital. I understand exactly what this guy is saying. If there's something bad enough and I really want it, like Lady Death, I always back Lady Death. I fork out the money for that. I'll buy it. I'll pay for it. But a lot of times now, if it's just a friend of mine doing a comic or it kind of looks cool, I'll buy the digital, even though I'm not a digital reader. I just want to throw a few bucks in, help someone out, and maybe check out their stuff.
Yeah.
But it's expensive. If you're going to crowdfund your collection, woo, man, you're going to be paying a lot in shipping.
You know that they got when you do that shipping, Daniel, they're going to, people they'll drag you across the coals if they get that book, and it's all bent up, and we'll drag you too about it. We'll especially
look. Just research this book called Stealing Solo, and you can find out all about it.
Yeah.
I'm
really surprised that there hasn't a central mailer system or distributor hasn't sprung up for Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Somebody that collects the overruns or a percentage of the overruns on some of these projects, puts them up on a site and offers them all at once, especially for international or out of the country mailing.
I gotta
put them all together and ship them all out at once.
I gotta say this: the Gemini mailer guys were very, very nice to me. I emailed. I had some packages to send out. I had foolishly let myself get way too low on boxes. I messaged them, freaking out. They got me boxes in 48 hours of my first contact. So Rob says all creators should watch that to understand what Kickstarter is looking at and for.
Yeah.
And I think that is important. They need to, again, some type of uniformity. Honestly, that looks very close to a Gemini mailer
Yeah, it does.
that Larry's using.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's also very smart that he's taping it down like that.
yeah.
In order to keep it in one place.
There is
King Daniel, you're getting an education. Just sitting here.
there,
Ship.
there is a
Hey, I take it.
there is an
Got
added
to, man. Gotta learn.
there is an added
It's not a
expense.
problem.
Figuring it out.
That's the goal, what I actually do self promotion. I promote everywhere I can promote, I do it. I promote my own stuff, and what I do is basically I post in like the groups, the Facebook groups and everything. And I have a page, a Breaking Change Comics page. I have one on Instagram, Twitter,
Looks good, Larry.
and yeah, I have a lot of things that I want to do for this project. And actually, once it's out, I'm actually gonna have it on digital and on print. And next year, I want to do an audiobook, so that way people will really get to see and hear the characters interact and speak in through the story and everything.
Well, I'm not a big fan of digital, but I understand now why you would want to offer that for folks that are out of the country to be able to read
Well, I'll
your
tell you
stuff.
this: 53 people decided to go for digital with Niobe.
Uh-huh.
$5 a pop, got them in the door, got them to check it out. That's one less book I have to print, one less book I have to ship. Digital is essentially free money for creators. All you're doing is emailing out a PDF.
Yeah,
Right, and
Why throw away that money? You know what I mean?
that's very true.
right, and that's why I said the reason why I'm giving up prints is the reason why I'm selling prints is because I want to allow the people to get to know me personally and to interact with me, because I love people and I want to interact with folks and just give the people something to really talk to me, because they remember that that experience once I make it, and they were like, once they see me, they'll be like, oh, I saw that guy one day, and I saw that one guy, he was cool, he was real good to me, and that's what I want. I want to show people that I made it, and I want to show people that if you can do it, if I could do it, you could do it.
Oh yeah.
And with God by your side, you can do it.
I think we lost Varian a little bit. Just want to say hello to Rob, hello to Dave the Supreme. Thanks for coming on board. Denise, of course, Marv. Denise says, hey, Randy, Michigander, here. Yeah, both Varian and I are from Michigan. I believe, King Daniel, you're from Louisiana?
No, I'm from Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey. Wow, how did you get to know Anthony Figaro then?
Well, we talked on Facebook, and he liked some of my work.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And we interacted and talked or whatever, and he says he has a friend down in New Jersey, so we interacted, and he's like a New Jersey New Jerseyan / New Yorker,
Yeah, he is.
He got that voice.
And then Larry's from New Brunswick, right?
Oh, awesome.
New Brunswick,
right?
Canada, not New Brunswick, New Jersey.
What?
I said New Brunswick, Canada, not New Jersey.
Yes.
There is a New Brunswick in New Jersey.
Oh, is there a New Brunswick, New Jersey?
Oh my God.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he's New Brunswick, Canada. So.
Yeah, and have you ever? I want to ask you something. I want to ask y'all something. I want to tell y'all something, right? Have you ever felt like, because I always run into this problem where, like, do y'all deal with criticism when it comes to y'all work? It is like I always get the dickheads. I always get the ones that like.
You're always going to get those people online that are jealous of your stuff, and other people that want to try to help you out, but don't quite have the social skills to do it kindly.
Yeah, and
right.
It's comic books, right? And everyone is going to get that, man. And especially
everybody
on the world of the internet right now, where everyone's entitled to an opinion and they're able to jot it down in 5 seconds or less and share it out to the world.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Right,
Yeah,
and
especially
it's
from the comfort of their own home, where you don't know where I live. This is what I think of your stuff.
right, and that's why I said
That's a constant.
I do on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
that's what me and my guys talk about, and me and Anthony talk about that all the time. We was like, They won't say it in in person, And
No.
and the thing about it is that we as like because me, I'm just starting out, and I plan on rocking the fucking crowd. Sorry about that, just the cursing. I plan
That's
on rocking
okay. We're
the crowd.
TVMA DLSV. People have handled rough words on this program before, so you're all good.
Okay, okay. Well, we plan on rocking the crowd. You know what I mean? And we're working on a trailer to come out before the book comes out, and so that way people get really ready, and it may not be one of those high priced trailers, but we working on something. I want to give the people their money's worth. The book is actually going to have it's going to be a 28 page, but it was originally a 24 pager. The book,
Uh-huh.
but it's going to be a 20 to 30 page
Sure.
book because it's going to have posters and pinups in it.
Yeah.
And it's going to have bios to both of the characters and everything. So
that's cool. Trico says criticism's going to be 99% of the feedback you get. Only 95% of it will be from anyone that knows what they're talking about, though. LOL.
Exactly. I like, I get one of the assholes dudes that were like, oh well,
I kind of think that last number is a little high. That 95%. that might not hold.
I did want to show you guys. I did want to show you guys something. And to be careful with this.
Dave says all the time, just let it roll off your shoulder. Let it roll off your back.
When you guys are shipping, and Daniel, when you're shipping, and I know Larry's going through this. So this is a package getting ready to go out from me to someone. It's I have this thing where I'll make myself a little bigger here. I have to use color-coded tape. I'm just weird like that. And so I use brown tape, brown package. But I also, for my days working the UPS, I have some supplies. So I use stamps.com, and I can print off your order form. Mm-hmm. We slide them in this here, and it's protective packaging. Slap that on the cover, on your box. And this makes sure that your shipping label doesn't get wet. When it's coming to you, it doesn't. The ink doesn't get wet and starts to fade. But I have noticed. I was told the other day that some companies have been jacking the Gemini mailer appearance and look and design, and actually, selling kind of substandard boxes. And I heard that one company actually was using the logo, the Gemini mailer logo. Now this package I got, I'm pretty sure is a Gemini mailer. Even says it right there. That they would go at that. I mean, you'd have to be a really bad knockoff company to do that, to actually use their logo.
But it's not too difficult to get one and then have a die cut for packaging.
Right.
Same layout. So
right.
Typically,
when I get a Gemini mailer, though,
I'm pretty sure they haven't patented that design, which they probably should have if they had.
Yeah. And it folds pretty easy. I guess I could fold it here.
It folds if you're an expert in origami. No, it folds pretty easy. Trico said he meant 95% of the people that don't know what they're talking about.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense, Trico. Yeah.
They're super easy to use. I suggest everyone uses them when they're shipping comics. You can probably ship up to 8 to 10 comics in one, or maybe 2 trades.
A couple good trades. Eric says don't listen to experts that don't put out books or strong art.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Go ahead.
Right. The thing is that what I do is when I get a assholeish comment or just a person just being a troll, what I do is I internalize that, and that makes me more hungrier for success, and that just drives me to be great like I am already. But
Morning, Lola.
Speaking of people who troll us, I was like, speaking of people who troll us.
I see how you are. That shoe coming for your head is right across the room. So
yeah.
Just be careful.
Yeah. Good morning, Lola.
Suddenly a hand reaches out into the camera and slaps Varian across the face. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Lola in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not getting breakfast this morning, that's for sure. Yeah, so I think that we have now at this point. I was from this from Indie Vote Radio. Well, I read the question for you first. Guys,
before you read the question, what's the number on Indie Vote Radio?
Indie Vote Radio numbers right now. We want to thank our friends in Mexico right now. They are the highest at 30% of our audience. Our numbers right now are 8,000. Oh, sorry.
We're glad you're 8, up this morning. Go ahead.
8,404. Yeah, 8,404. So
awesome. We appreciate each and every one of you listening on the radio.
30% of our audience right now is coming from Mexico. We appreciate it, guys.
Cool.
And
see, I might have some fans in Mexico. Come on, buy the book, like the page or something.
Yeah.
That's why you want to be on as many different shows as possible, because you don't know what your reach is going to be and who's listening to whom. So
right, and that's why I try to get on podcasts as much as I can, because I've been on 5 podcasts already.
Good.
Cool. I've aced every last one of them.
Monica Sawyer Martinez has nothing to say.
But
we're deeply appreciative you're listening.
Martinez, my queen.
Is it?
Yes.
There we go.
I believe that. The question. Let me get to that real quick.
Yes.
A guy says I hear, and he is from Istanbul. Okay, Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Wants to know. He says he likes comics, all comics, but shipping is a problem for him. That's why he thinks digital has a purpose for international backers.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I wish there was some way to get books to you. I know that Eric has found a unique way to get prints to people if they're out of the country, which is he uses a printer where they're at. And it's a lot cheaper. For comics, maybe not so much. I mean, because
that wouldn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work for comics. So we do need to figure out a way to try to bring the price down for international backers. I mean, Larry's in Canada.
He's still international.
Yeah, he's still international. So it's like, but to Larry, we're international to him.
Yeah.
So when he orders comics from us, yeah, exactly. He's like, oh man, I got to pay extra.
He's got that Canadian dollar and the exchange to deal with at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how do we handle that? I don't know. I don't know. You didn't leave your name, Istanbul, but I don't know how we handle that. Randy, what would you do?
We do appreciate you. Do what, for shipping?
Yeah.
I'd offer hardcover, but also for international, I guess you would have to offer digital. So,
but the problem
you gotta make that customer let them make the decision if what they, you gotta be upfront with the shipping, right? So, if someone comes to back Niobe and they see it's a $12 shipping cost for me to send down the States, which is bare minimum what it is, they go, okay, $10 plus $12. Now, keep in mind this is Canadian, probably equals out to maybe $17 for them. Okay, $17, is that worth it? Yeah, well, I really like that Paul Green cover. I really want that book. They'll do it. Or they'll be like, well, you know what? Like Larry, like Niobe, I want to read it, but I'm not paying $17, so I'll get the digital for $4.
Yeah, but then you set yourself up for the big fear, which is, I send this book out digitally. I don't do my PDF correctly, because I've gotten some high res PDFs. Even here on the show, I've gotten some high-res PDFs from people, which they trust. They know we're not going to go print their book. But can you trust that guy that you sent it to not to throw it up on some torrent site? Can you trust him not to go print it?
And bring it to you at a show someday and have you sign it.
Yeah.
If someone uploads Niobe to Pirate Bay, I will consider that a badge of honor and say I finally made it because someone considered my work worthy enough to pirate.
Right.
Say no more, fam. I got you. Hold on 1 second. Let me just go into my Pirate Bay here. I'm gonna. I'm joking with you.
If you find, I'd be amazed. Once in a while, I'll creep eBay to see if anyone's selling them. You know what I mean?
Is when you're going to talk about Naya.
I want to. We got to have you on here. I wanted to
Have
actually
you
have
on.
you on last night, but let's get you on Wednesday. Let's get you on Wednesday when we have our
We
ladies.
can
Because
have her on during the Indie Volt cast. She doesn't
yeah,
have to
and we
just
can have
come
her
on
on.
whenever
Yeah,
you're available.
yeah.
Is
You know what?
that Dorfis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you're
Did, any,
available, you need to come on and talk about your project.
did anybody see last night's Indie Vote show?
No, what happened?
The Geekgasm show.
The Geekgasm show. Oh my goodness! It's been talked about already today. This morning, I had an inbox full of stuff. It was ladies' night, which is Geekgasm. It's ladies' night.
Should be. Yeah.
Should be. The girls were put it this way. Emily
Okay.
is now. I always thought she was innocent. She is now a saint.
I was gonna say Emily's probably afraid to come back on the air.
I felt bad for that girl the first time when Scott wanted her hair.
That's Scott though. He's been a little crazy lately.
Yeah. This has been trapped inside the house.
A
He's
little
going
crazy. Yeah, that's it. That must be it. It's that quarantine getting to him.
Mr.
Mr. Rosema, wherever you are out there.
But
You're doing well.
It was great. It was great. We had Stephanie and Menard, of course, Lola, the Indie Princess, and it was a hell of a show. And next week she's gonna have some other people, so that's gonna be cool. Can't wait for that. I'm slowly trying to drift my way out of the show, but she won't let me. But then
It should be ladies' night.
me, Trico, and Randy came and took over the show. We took it over.
No, we didn't mean to take it over, but
We forced the ladies out. All right, we don't want you guys here. Get out.
I was just hanging out in the green room to have some M&Ms, and all of a sudden I was on the air.
I like going on the show and being one of the ladies,
Now, guys, from Indie Vote Radio, a question for you guys. Do you think this is Indie Comics? Is Indie Comics having a good time right now, or as I don't want to say a resurgence, but that's what they wrote, a resurgence because mainstream comics aren't available?
You can almost think of it as a resurgence, but they've always been around, indie comics. So, even as far back as the 60s when people used to print comics about drugs and sex and rock and roll, and they called them undergrounds and sold in head shops. Really,
Daniel, do you think
the retail direct market.
What's
Do
up?
you think this is your time, Daniel? I mean, like now that mainstream comics aren't shipping, is this your time to hurry up and get your book out? And you may have answered this already. I know I had to step away for a while, but how close are you to completion of this book?
Well, we're halfway done. Actually, I'm already actually halfway with the lettering. All we have to do is just copy and paste it. But the coloring is gonna take some time. So we're going to get that done, and we're working on putting a tribute because I want to reach the military. I want to reach out to the military to put a tribute in the back of the book and actually on the front also to give them and show them my appreciation, my love for them, and for what they did.
Eric says, I think indies are more on the spotlight than ever.
Well, they are because, and they will continue to be as the indies quality keeps outdistancing the majority of the mainstream. So there's some awesome stuff out there right now being offered on Indiegogo and Kickstarter.
I believe it was, and he'll forgive me if I'm attributing this incorrectly to him, but I believe it was L. Nolan that said he considers indie comics gourmet comics.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah,
like they're comics that were, every bit of it was crafted with love and some type of, it was made. It was, whereas the mainstream is saying this wasn't made for you, these comics are. Please pick them up.
No, those comics aren't. Please pick them up. Those comics are getting the numbers that they honestly deserve.
Yeah.
The problem is that the market has been so dependent upon those mainstream companies for so long that the inferior product, the preachy product, the sloppily done product, the unskilled product is dragging down everybody else. And that's why you're seeing these mainstream are these independent guys, especially some awesome stuff. Like, look at this artwork here for Jarhead, that's stepping up and showing people how it can be done and how it should be done. That's what it is.
Is this the interior art here, or is this the cover?
You talking to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
King Daniel.
Actually, that's just a poster. That's a pinup.
Cool.
That's a
Throw
pinup.
that cover up there, Varian. Let's put that cover up there for a little while. There we go. Can you enlarge that at all? Okay. Not by much, though.
No, not by much. Not that much. I'm pulling it through Facebook, so yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
So pretend that I've never met you before and I've never seen this. How would you describe? What's the elevator pitch for Jarhead?
Like
If you
what
were
I
to
would do is-
describe it to me in a few sentences or less, right?
Yeah.
well, I would just say you're going to be amazed. You're going to be wild.
No,
And-
that's okay. But tell us what the book is about. King
Oh,
Daniel.
the book is
What's it
about okay. The book is about a Marine looking for justice and for the killing of his family, and he wants justice for the killing of his family to justify because he is the judgment of God to the wicked. You know what I'm saying? The judgment. The judgment. He's actually an angel mixed with a human. You know what I'm saying?
There
He's
we go.
a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he goes through time, he goes through dimensions and time traveling and to places. He even goes to heaven, meet God, and God shows him who he is and who he truly is and what he's all about. And that's how he comes into his powers and know him and know who he is. And it's a lot of things. You're going to be amazed.
There you go. Yep. You need to get that down to an elevator pitch. So if somebody asks you when you're on a podcast what the book's about, boom, here it is. And just a couple of sentences so that you can just hit them right between the eyes and convince them to buy that book.
So let me ask you a couple other questions. What was the inspiration behind this? Why this story for you?
Let's just say, I want to say first God. Just say that. I'm not a super religious person. I'm just a spiritual person. So it's like, I've seen angels and demons before. So they all look cool and all look amazing. So I wanted to depict everything I've seen, everything I went through with that, and actually another inspiration was I took pieces from the story of Spawn and added some of the pieces to Jarhead, but I wanted to be original. I wanted to be very, very precise and added the heavenly spectrum of it. And I wanted to add an action, and I saw Rambo and all those guys, and I added that all into one. And there you go, as an angel.
There you go.
There you go, as an ass-kicking Marine / angel. Let's get it.
Were you ever in the service at all, or you got family members that were in the service?
My family and my dad and some of my cousins was in the military, my uncles, and I dedicate this thing to them because, like, I've always wanted to be a Marine when I was younger, anyways. So that's where the hunger for being in the service come from, and I thought about it like, why don't I just basically get the military mind. Get their minds and forget it, just go with it and really just put it all out on the line and really go for what I know and be the best that I can be. And there you go.
What I've seen a lot of people do, especially when they have a military-esque book, is they have a tier in their campaigns to send a couple books to the troops. I'm not sure how that works out. I'm not sure if it ever has really worked out well, but I know it is possible to donate items to the frontline soldiers or to the military, for the soldiers in general. I forget who did it last, which campaign I seen do it, but there's been so many that send the books out. And I think it's even cheaper, isn't it, Randy? Like for every $5, they put 2 books in and send them out.
Yeah, well, it all depends upon the campaign. Just surf around and see who's doing what. Yeah.
I mean, that might be good. I mean, Daniel, to do that, to send those books out to make sure the military can get it. That way,
Oh,
uh,
we
I
oh, we're
talked. Oh, go
we're
ahead.
actually we're actually going to be working on something with that, and that is going to be something that's just going to be the icing of the cake. Like I told everybody, you're about to be amazed and about to be wild because once Jarhead hit the airwaves, the world is not going to be the same. So that's why I said you about to be get your popcorn ready. Just get your popcorn ready. You about to be airwaves, and it's about to be a show, baby. About to be a
I,
show. That's
uh,
all
There
I
you
can
go.
say.
a friend of mine who went to the military, a couple friends of mine who went to the military, but one in particular, he says he was talking to a bunch of the soldiers, and the reason why any of them went to the military is because of GI Joe.
What'd you say?
He said the reason why any of them went to the military. This is back in 2000. The reason any of them went to the military was they grew up watching GI Joe, and they thought it'd be cool to and then when you're getting there, you find out your recruiter lied. Um, but I went to military school, so I have a tremendous amount of respect for our military and what they go through, our soldiers. But and that's pretty much, I mean, even the world over. I mean, I've seen I've got a chance to look at other militaries in different cultures and different parts of the world, and yeah, it's this life of a soldier can be difficult, man. Uh, Speaking of someone with a difficult life, Larry, I've been I've been watching your simp broadcast. Uh,
Simping ain't easy, man.
yeah,
Simping ain't easy.
um, you've been simping for Tifa and Ayers. I'll tell
Hmm.
you right now, Tifa's always been mine. I don't know
Hmm.
I don't like the fact that you got her telephone number. I don't like
Hmm.
the fact that you've been taking pictures of her.
Hmm.
Needs to stop.
Well, it is what it is. I thought I was going to be an Aerith guy too, but she just turns out to be like your best friend's annoying little sister, where it's all about Tifa, man.
No, you guys couldn't tell that. Come on, the game is 20 years old. Ooh, boo Ayers. I haven't got that far in the game yet. I am going to play it though. I might play it today a little bit.
I'm stuck on a boss fight right now. I'm on like chapter 9. I think I'm at the end of chapter 9. I'm stuck on like this big boss fight.
I have not even. I'm getting killed by random things. It's horrible. The new play mechanic is weird. Having said all that, though, I do want to bring up one other thing from last week or from Tuesday. A question that came in on Indie Volt into our YouTube to our email. I'm sorry. And it was from a gentleman who wanted to say, you know, uh, he feels that anybody moving to do distribution now will have to at some point face possibly getting bought out by Diamond. Yeah, that's what it says. Anyone opening a distribution channel now will have to at some point consider they might be bought out by Diamond, if not forced out. Bad kind of start distribution company.
If
Well,
not,
what
That's
is the whole
that's
deal
from
here?
Marcus.
I mean, Randy probably knows. Explain it to me. Like, Diamond's coming back, but yet DC is using like Midtown to distribute their comics. Like, what's going on there? I don't understand the whole story.
well, from my understanding of it is once Diamond shut down, once they said we are not distributing comics, they broke the exclusives agreement that they had with all of the publishers. DC wants to get product out, so DC went out and found a couple of distributors. Plus, Random House and Penguin are still sitting here waving their arms and their hands, going, we can distribute all you want. We can distribute your stuff. Just let us. So Diamond quickly changed their plans. They weren't going to come back until August or September, and now they're coming back next month. And DC's going, well, we already set up this distribution with these guys. We're going to distribute our stuff through them. And Diamond's going, no, we still have your numbers from the retailers because retailers order 3 months in advance anyway. We're still going to keep to those numbers and ship stuff out to retailers. In an attempt, quite frankly, in an attempt to shut the other two distributors down that DC is using.
Right.
So we'll see how that settles out. But plus, you've got a couple of other distributors that are springing up that want to start distributing independent books or some of the other whatever comics. What's important now, in the long run, in my opinion, is to open the gates for more competition between distributors. Diamond is not nearly as strong as anybody thinks they are, especially anymore. It's just that the retailers have been so used to using one distributor for so many years. that Diamond, I'm sure, is hoping that they can get back in there and have that literal stranglehold on the direct market to the retailers that they've maintained for the last 30 years. But also the fact that more books, more distributors, more books, more hungry people going out there trying to find different outlets to get comic books out to the masses, which I think is real important because Diamond hasn't been hungry since they became a monopoly. So who knows where comics could end up? And we're seeing the next couple of months. We already know that there's comics in Walmart. There's more new comics, original material coming into Walmart. We know that there's comics now on the Dollar Tree franchise. The Dollar Tree chain has picked up a series of books from, who was it?
Peachtree.
Peachtree
Playthings.
And they might, for $1, comics for $1, regular comics, new comics on slick paper for $1 American, all through the Dollar Tree chain. That can't happen enough. There's one right there. There's a Toy Story book.
And that little what's that?
Little sticker is there saying all new material.
Yeah. New original comic story. So.
Yep. That sequential art needs to be out there in as many people's hands as possible, and also in doing that, they're going to help those retailers, and the retailers right now, especially in the states that they can be open, desperately need that product, and the wider variety, the many different choices, the better. Lou Pullman says Heroes World. Yeah, well, you're gonna see some collapse, and you're gonna see some make it. I'm surprised Marvel hasn't announced that they're not going out and independently distributing their stuff too, like they did with Heroes World. But they might still be, rubbing their butt from that Heroes World experience, where they tried to move more product through a very small distributor.
I just expect them to start licensing their stuff out sooner or later.
Yeah, honestly, I expect that too, and DC as well.
Yeah, I've heard stories about a Diamond, and I'm like, oh no, I don't remember. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of horror stories out there.
I get because I heard that they're very difficult, very, very, So I'm like, dude, I heard that because I wanted to do something with Image or Diamond, and I'm trying to pick. Once the book is out, I'm gonna try to pitch to a couple of distributions where I could find some.
Well, keep looking. Keep your eyes open. See what's going on. Yeah, because you never know. This market is changing so fast and evolving, hopefully into something bigger and hopefully into something a lot better. Something had to have been done for decades because our numbers, especially in the mainstream, have been shrinking, mainly because of that silly little funnel that they call Diamond Distributors.
I'll ask Larry. Larry, would you, at this point, having a comic, Niobe, that's out, and I think you got them all up there, a bunch of different covers, would you be interested in an exclusive distribution deal, or is that the worst idea since brown toilet paper?
Well, I mean, I'm interested in being published for sure, but what do you mean by exclusive distribution?
If someone came to me and says, "Hey, I have a distribution company. I want to distribute your comic, but you can't distribute that comic through anybody else's store. I mean, anybody's distribution company for 3 years. And here's what I'm willing to give you. I'm willing to give you. Obviously, they got to give you something. I'm going to give you, 60%.
Okay.
Of what we pull instead of 50-50, I'm gonna give you.
Now,
60%.
Does this distribution company have reach in the comic book stores like Diamond?
Let's say they do. Let's say they have a couple stores they're working, and it's always growing. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, starting out, after the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed, and it looked like to be an okay deal. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Well, it was a sad day when Diamond decided that they had to go after all of the major publishers and get them signed on as exclusives in order to shut down all of the other secondary distributors out there. Because before they come on, there was a lot of product being moved in a lot of different directions. And then when Diamond came in and was the only dog in town, it really got funneled down. And they literally went from 9,000 clients now to 1,900. And it's not because the books are worse as much as because they're not out there trying to chase after new blood, new clients, broadening the market in any way. They're just interested in how much money they can grab in the short term.
From New Jay, he says, I'm amazed at the amount of it's in TVM is up there. Effing brainwashing Marvel and DC have done, not just to the public, but to anyone who's involved in comics. A lot of people to believe that they are making money, that they are doing well as a company. They have destroyed this industry with their brainwashing and their hive mind think.
One of the worst things that I keep hearing on the market now from people that don't know any better, that just believe what somebody up in a high tower wants to tell them, is the market's expanding. Market's never been bigger. There's never been more comics, more money in the market ever. And that's just completely and total BS, because the market's been shrinking like a nut the last 20 years. And if they were to ever go back there and look, of course, there might be more physical dollars coming through, because 20 years ago, comics used to be $1.25, and now they're $5, because it's the readership that counts. The readership is ever shrinking, and it's as these prices go up, the more money they're taking out of each individual hardcore collector's wallet. Instead of trying again, like I said, to expand the market, they're just working on grabbing what money they can out of an ever-constricting market and making these fans pay more and more through the nose for product that they should be paying. Granted, there needs to be competition. Capitalism's a great thing, but $5, $4.99 for a comic that they're selling now, if you look back, even at the rate of inflation, doesn't match what they used to sell for $1.25, for a quarter, for even 10 cents back in the 50s. There's a lot more greed on the market than there is healthy competition and growth.
Luke Stone says exclusive distribution is a bad business model for the creator of the product.
Yep.
And Trico says, signs of a poor market, people feel the need to tell buyers how good the market is doing. Hello.
That's very true. That's very true. Hey, we're still alive. Look, more Thors are selling than ever. That's not the way it works. That's really not the way not the way it goes, and that's not how the numbers are reflecting.
New content there from Mr. Larry.
There we go.
Yeah, this is the first public viewing of this piece. Special exclusive for Indie Vault. So this is going to be the cover, one of the covers for Niobe Birthright #2. This was just handed to me in the other day. It's done by CB Zane of Into the Suck. I'm sure you guys know who Mr. Zane is. And it was colored by Dan Overa, who's colored for Zenoscope Comics and Action Lab Comics.
There you go. Yeah.
So we lost.
Oh, we lost
KingDaniel again. Drop it out. Come on back, KingDaniel.
So that's the first sneak peek into what we got coming up here, probably shortly after June. I'm going to run an Indiegogo campaign in June for Niobe Birthright #1, and we're going to use like the Rags variant crossover cover as the launch point. And that's just going to be a quick, small campaign, probably a couple of grand. And then we're going to go right into the second Kickstarter for the second Niobe Birthright.
KingDaniel says that I think he's coming back, but I think he says he'll see your winged beauty there, right above her head.
Here he comes. He just wanted to step back in the green room and eat them M&Ms again.
Right above, what's the character's name again? I forgot her name.
This is Ariel. She's the newest character to enter the Niobe universe, if you will.
And if Ariel looks up, if she just looks up above her head, she will see Jarhead with his wings flying down.
There we go.
He's going to get her. He's like, yeah, baby.
This is why I was tempted to show the picture, because he had talked about demons and angels. I'm like, well, funny enough,
Here we go. We got ourselves two winged heroes. Now, Jarhead doesn't have the wings all the time, right?
No, actually, the first book is showing his humanistic side, humanistic soldier side, and the first book is going to tell you about how he come into knowing who he is. But second book will explain how he becomes an angel, what is all about, and what the specifics of him being doing and doing his job, what he really are. Basically.
Mhm.
I want to
Now,
give a
I
shout out
think
to a
is
couple people, Varian, if I can. I'm
sure.
doing a watch party for you guys on my page. So we got Ivanette Rivera Fournier. She says beautiful piece, and I don't know if you guys know who Pops Van Zant is, but he runs a great
Pops
group.
has been on before, yeah.
Yeah, so Pops is in the chat here, and he says sup. So what's going on, the Pops? He did a great interview with Brian Polito of Lady Death recently. It was good stuff.
Cool.
Let me see here. I want to share this too. This is the page, I believe. The page that. Oh, I got to share it. 1 second. Having some computer issues here. Nothing live directly.
You all right?
Though. Nothing live direct. Yeah,
all right?
it's fine.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm just making sure I send out links correctly, and I'm going to share this other piece that. All right, there we go.
I just found this. Or not.
What's that? Oh,
I guess
We're in the void.
Never mind. We are in the deep void.
All right, let's see here. I will share this. Let me pull this up and then share that. Is this another poster?
Yeah,
Daniel.
That is the if you pulled it up, I could talk about it. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second. Oops, man, I'm having all type of weird.
Make sure it's not. Make sure it's not one of your porn sites.
Yeah, that's what I'm definitely making sure of.
I heard
There
that.
it is. There it is. It's a StreamYard site right there.
Yeah, it's porn. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's cat. Hold on, let me get rid of that so I can make sure that everything is okay.
Varian's got to remove his porn before he screen shares.
Yeah, it's causing his computer to jitter too. Well, we just brought Luke Stone in.
Yeah, I was trying to send Luke in so he could come in and.
What's up, guys?
I gotta let him in
To the show.
Yeah.
I could have had you. Yeah. All right, there we go. And then, as soon as he does that, Larry says, "You guys are doing this on purpose, aren't you?"
Yes.
I'm gonna some black and white art. Now I'm some black and white art.
That's another variant cover that's in the works right now from Steph Wilson. That's going to be also part of the next campaign.
Okay.
Steph Wilson, of course, has that very Dan Mendoza, sassy but cute sort of style. People seem to love it. Steph Wilson gaining popularity every single day. This person is all over indie comics right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Luke, we talked about the exclusive distribution, and the reason I want to get you in here is because you said exclusive distribution is a bad business model for the creator of the product.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put your product in as many distributors' hands as possible?
Yeah. Look at this. There's a lot of people that sign these exclusive deals with retailers. I'm a musician, so I work a lot with the music side of things. And whenever a band would be asked, okay, we'll sign an exclusive deal with this company, to only sell your product in this store, or if you make a certain product and let's say it's a household item, well, you can only sell it in this store. You can't sell it in Walmart. You can't use Bed Bath and Beyond or something like that. What you do is you limit your potential customer base, because there's some people that just don't shop in those places. When you're in a place like Diamond, okay, like if you go with like a publishing, not a publishing house, but a distributor, a distribution center or whatever, and you sign exclusively with them, what you're saying is I'm not going to let anybody else push my product. And what happens, and you've seen this with Diamond, that now they're the only ones they're the only ones out there that's actually doing any kind of distribution, but they don't care about the ones that don't make as much money. And so if you are exclusive with someone and someone else comes along with a product that makes that company more money, you're inherently going to be pushed to the bottom of the pile. And so your product isn't going to get pushed as much as it would before. But now if you diversify that and you allow multiple companies to distribute your product, you've got 3 or 4 distributors. It may get pushed to the bottom of all 3 or 4's catalog, but at least it's still in the eyes of 3 or 4 more groups of people than what it would have been if it's just exclusively through one distributor. So it makes sense to get your product in front of as many people as you possibly can, and to sign an exclusive deal with anything is not. It's not good business for you as an independent creator, in my opinion. So I think exclusivity can almost be damning to your future success.
We got Pops in the chat saying monopolies suck. You have to have a backup plan to get your books out.
Any kind of restriction is a restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna, we said we ain't supposed to drop the campaign. Were you referring to Larry's or Daniel's? I'll ask though. Larry, when are you dropping your next campaign?
Indiegogo in June. I suspect that the Niobe Kickstarter will be late summer.
Okay. And then Daniel, when do you think you're gonna drop your campaign? You said this summer?
The book is coming out in somewhere in the summer, but the campaign will be a little bit longer because we're still working out on the specifics.
Okay.
I know you'll keep us posted.
Luke just wrapped up.
Yeah.
I did.
Luke, you just wrapped up your campaign. It's time to get the shipping, sir. I don't know if you've been watching the show.
Time to get the printer finished first.
Well, yeah. Cool. You got to get the print finished.
Is your printer caught in the quarantine?
While we've been talking, I made these, so these are going out today along with the rest of them.
Yeah, that's it.
My printer.
You ran out of white boxes?
Yeah, I ran out of white boxes. I have to use these bigger ones, but it'll get the job done.
I don't like the racial inequality I'm seeing going on in these boxes.
White boxes are better. They're a little bit sturdier. They're a little bit smaller. They're a little bit easier to work with, but they're out of stock right now. So I got to do what I got to do to get these out.
Yeah.
So there's no racism in Canada. Go ahead, Luke. I'm sorry.
Luke, are you stalled by the quarantine?
I'm not stalled. All of my printers are essential. I use a few different printers for different things, but they're all essential businesses. So
good to know. Yep.
And my money comes faster than some of those other companies' monies, I guess. So they do my work pretty fast.
All right, now you're
Everyone's showing off their wing characters. I'm going to throw one in here for you very end to show
what?
Everybody's showing off their wing characters.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Wings.
Steph Wilson loves drawing wings, by the way. Just ask him. Feathered wing in particular.
I believe you're setting me up.
I'm not actually. I believe Larry's setting us up.
I'm being all sincere. Go say, hey, I hear you like drawing feathered wing angel chicks.
I do like drawing feathered.
Let me see here. I don't. I learned that when Randy told me they look like my feathers look like leaves, and I took a year redrawing the book.
I had a very important discussion about
I can't believe that I stalled you that much, buddy.
Oh, this looks cool.
I meant that as constructive, not as a hindrance.
No, it was cool. I did. I redid them.
You can blame me all you have to.
As long as it looks better. Yeah. It does look better too, by the way. He was right. The wings did look like leaves. This is cool. Now this is one of your main characters. I forget her name, Luke.
Well, actually, it's a side character. Her name's Serafina, and we meet her in issue 5 of Hybrids. It's for the Kickstarter that just got done. But this is an exclusive mini comic that kind of a 0 issue to kind of tell some of her kind of inside story before the next arc, because she's going to be a pretty prominent character in the next arc. So
we got Serafina. We got That's pretty cool.
You got Ariel. We got what KingDaniel is doing. Lots of wings are coming out. Like I wonder if it's a biblical thing.
Well, the wings here are just kind of a byproduct because my characters are hybrids. They're a mix between an angel and human hybrid called the Nephilim, and so they're the offspring of the ancient Nephilim that's talked about in a lot of the main religions.
You sound like you might have played D&D before.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Nephilim exist in D&D. They're like half demons.
They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So, but yeah, in all the religious lore, it's not necessarily demons. It's just angels, and whether they fell before or after their interactions with mankind is up for debate. But so that it's basically like 23andMe, kind of like that ancestry.com bit. The Book of Enoch meets the movie Taken is basically how this comic goes.
Bob says stuff is super cool, and Ivanette says wings are tough, but it makes them more fun to draw.
Oh yeah, like the feathers are like I go back and forth on how I want to do those feathers. So Varian, I get you on that whole they look like leaves. It's like it's just But I feel a little bit of texturing with the inking and then the coloring. It just goes a long way.
Everybody, all the characters. Again, I have angels in my book, and I don't have any of my pages right next to me, do I? I have this. I remember reading a book many years ago, and it said that, the book.
Only one.
What?
Keeps it in a tub in a shed. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I only have one. Yeah. Don Patterson says, "Hi,
Don
Randy."
Patterson, how are you? Hi, Don.
And Luke is sharing the screen, another screen.
Yeah, I'll show you this.
Is that something?
Look at that.
This is something I'm working on. This is not an angel. This is a new character named Bishop Lucas, and he's from a story that Travis Gibb is writing.
Travis Gibb, nice.
So he and I are working on this book called Voodoo Nations. It's going to be released with Starcross Comics, and so this is some character design, some concept stuff. So I'm gonna let you guys check that out. But yeah, this is a bad dude right here. It's a bad dude. I'm gonna zoom in on him a little bit. Yeah, I'll zoom in.
I'll show you. Yeah, zoom in on that so we can.
So this guy is a bad dude. Like he's evil.
I like his I like his pants actually.
The striped pants.
His pants are unzipped.
No, that's not.
He's bad dude.
Yeah. He just got done doing some stuff you don't want to know. So, but yeah, this guy is cool. He's a cool character.
In my chat, they say he looks like Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Eddie and Willem Dafoe when I was drawing him. So I was like, what can I do there?
I can see the Willem, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely the Willem Dafoe's in there. Like he was a big inspiration for this for the face of this character. So
I'll show you guys the angels from my book. And the only reason, what influenced it was that one book I read ever. It's in the shed. It said that the angels wouldn't look human to us. They wouldn't look human. They would look different. So I took that and I ran with it for years.
Yeah,
they will appear different. And
Don, I wish you well, Don.
Yeah, it's horrible to
hear.
Have
a very speedy recovery.
I'll show you guys. So this is two angels fighting, and I gave the angels different wing types. I didn't want them to all have feather wings. So this is a page that I did. See, he has more like butterfly or moth wings.
Your computer is pixelating on this end.
Yeah. It's a little hard to make. I can kind of see it, but
we can kind of see it.
Hopefully, it'll clear up. It's beautiful on my side. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's actually Lucifer and Michael. They're fighting.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
I want them. I didn't want them to look human. I didn't want them to look like, us. I thought they.
Yeah.
Well, so I tried to make them. Oh, go ahead.
In like the lore that like there's the word angel actually just means messenger. Like there's not really a race called angel. Like there's a seraphim, which is probably more human-like with wings, and then there's like different versions of angels. Of these angels that are like will look different, and a lot of them, like some of them described in the Book of Revelation, actually look like monsters, and they're kind of scary looking.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do. I want to make them all like different looking, and then they would be scary. Ones with four heads, some that look like Lola when she wakes up in the morning.
You're in trouble now.
What was that?
Me waking up in the morning is not a pretty sight.
Yeah, she admits it. She admits it. Like, you guys gotta understand when you wake up and there's an eyelash laying on a pillow next to you.
I think my eyelash.
Your perception about a lot of stuff changes. Speaking of demons, though, straight from the bowel of hell, we need I hope Luke can do exorcisms because look who joined us.
That's cold, bro. That's
Anthony.
cold. Yeah, speaking of devil, the devil
That is
movies.
cold, man. That is cold.
How,
Yeah.
you're outside?
Yeah, I'm
You're
outside
supposed to
right
be.
now. Just well, it's my backyard. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's supposed to be quarantined inside. Inside.
Yo, and what's up?
What's going on, Daniel?
What's up?
What's going on, y'all? Good morning. Good
Just
morning,
wild in the
Randy.
crowd,
Yeah.
baby.
Good morning.
Just wild in the crowd.
Anthony Figaro, God's hand.
Suddenly you look
has
a little
joined us.
different in the daylight, Anthony.
I
I
know.
gotta
See,
admit.
now y'all scared and shit. That's why I keep shit dark so you can't see exactly how ugly I am. I'm supposed to only be on radio, not.
Yeah, the rest of us too. So
Radio number actually is right now 11,405. One radio person wants to know, Larry, is there a store they can get your book at?
There used to be. I used to have a store Envy, and no one came to it. And it was there for a year. No one had used it at all, so I just shut it down. But I do plan to bring back a web store of some sort after the campaigns are over, and then I'll just print up a bunch of extra, and we'll make them available for everyone.
Luke, can anybody pick up hybrids right now if they missed the campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't get issue 5 yet, but that'll be available on the Starcross store here in May. But you can go pick up the other 4 issues if you go to starcrosscomics.com, go to the physical store. We are shipping out. I mean, we're not slowing down at all. There's a few stores that physically they're doing auctions and stuff. I think we just had one last night, and they had a few copies of issues 1 through 4, but they sold out. So they'll get more in May. But if you want to, right now, you can just go to the website, Starcross Comics, and buy those. And so we'll ship those out to you this week.
Hey, Varian, did you get that picture I just sent you?
Did you send me something else? Hold on, let me check it out. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Let me
my villain.
All right. Let's
be
see.
careful. He opens up 1 or 2 more pictures, and he's going to disappear.
No, I'll
His
be
computer's
fine.
not going to be able to handle it. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it'll be Oh, that guy looks okay. Hold on, let me.
Who's the
Bring
artist
this
on
up.
that one, Daniel?
One of my guys named Alexandra something Suspino. I forget. He's located in Brazil.
That's a good looking picture there.
I like that.
That is Demented Deuce. He's my villain. He's the reptilian mixed with a human. He's actually a.
So he's like a politician, then, huh?
Exactly. He's one of those. He's actually evil. I'll tell you the backstory of what I know, what I wrote about him. He's actually worse than Joker and all the villains put together.
I wonder if with a character like that, I do like the background too, and that white speckling on there that I can't do for some reason. Yeah, I've tried. I'm like, yeah, screw this, man, because I use a toothbrush and I'm like, it doesn't work. Yeah, I look like I'm Everybody in the house gets excited because it's a toothbrush, but they found out I'm not brushing my teeth. I'm just going to do some art. Larry, you shared. What's going on in this picture, Larry? Is this porn? You're muted. You're still muted.
Are you there?
I'm sorry, I was on mute.
He's muted.
Oh, that's Ariel and Niobe having a disagreement about the results of the end of the last comic book. And that's going to be cover A for the book that's done by Samir Samail, also from Brazil, Brazilian artist, great artist. And he's doing the inks as we speak right now.
That was cool. I did 2 women fighting as a print once, and I was told them why they were fighting. I get it. I get it. I twisted the legs up a bit much. It was Black Cat and Catwoman. How do you not have them wrapped around each other fighting? And people were like, that doesn't look like they're fighting. It looks like there's, yeah, anyway. I was really upset.
This young lady right here makes her first appearance in the book.
That was cool. I mean, I make that full screen 1 second. Anthony,
Nice. Very nice.
yes,
sir.
We talked about distribution and how distribution might be exclusive distribution might be bad for someone getting into a creator. Luke says that it's you need to have as many places as you possibly can. I think everybody agrees. Obviously, to have as many places as you can would be good, but where do you fall at that? And then I want to ask the group one question. after that? Where do you fall? Do you think that it's better to have your book in as many distributors like catalogs as possible, or would you be open to having an exclusive deal?
That's a good question because it goes again. I don't know. It's a good question. Initially you would think, well, as many places as possible. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure it has its own pros and cons and its own logistical problems. Exclusive deals cut things down, make things more simplified, but your exposure isn't as good. But it depends on how loud the voice is. The exclusive may be really loud. Say example for if you just work for DC, it's pretty loud. Versus if you worked for, say, a smaller, let's just say, Caliber. Caliber distributes to all the conventions and
Love Caliber comics.
It's good. Yeah, good people, completely. Good people, but DC much louder voice, much louder. So even if you are exclusive with that, it's much louder. So I mean, it's pros and cons. I think each individual has to decide what works best for them and what they're trying to do.
But as a distribution model, would you be okay if Diamond said, "Look, we're a distributor. You can't go to any other company to get your book out there"?
I think that's a different thing. When you start asking me now, or you start saying, "Well, can I go with someone here?" Because now you're saying, okay, so now you're posing the question of, okay, so am I okay with a distributor strong arming other people saying you can't do stuff? No, I'm not for that. I'm not for anybody just coming along and saying, no, you can't do this. You can't do this, and if you do this, there will be repercussions. I can't stand that shit. I'm stupid like that. Like I want to do the opposite. Anyone who tells me that for their own personal gain or their own personal reasons that I can't go do something, I can't exercise my free will as an American citizen. I just get to be like, well, I don't even give a shit what it is. I'm just going to do it just to say piss on you. You can't make me do this. It's not. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough.
You are. Are you not aware of the rules of the family?
That's why I'm an independent contractor, my friend.
It's like
that's why I'm an independent contractor.
It's like I'm married to an Italian woman. I understand the black hand now. I understand how things work.
La mano negra, man. You got to be careful, bro. Like Cosa Nostra, you know.
She tells me what to do, and there's repercussions.
I hear. That's why I'm more of an outlaw than a gang member. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a renegade. You could call me.
Man, I can feel that.
A rebel. You can call me a rebel.
I'm not even afraid of what she'll do to me. It's what she'll do to the kid.
I mean, they got to learn some kind of way. You got to take care of yourself. No, I don't agree. I don't agree with Diamond's trying to clamp down on, because I know Randy probably talked about this, because I would say the same thing. I was around when Diamond first took over, and I remember when they were blackballed. I remember this being a real topic where they were actually blackballing independent creators back in 2005 and stuff like this, when they were trying to circumvent and say, okay, well, I want to go directly to the stores. If they found out you were doing that, they were going to blackball you, and they were going to go out of their way to crush you from distributing independently. So I don't agree with that at all.
Also, what would it take, guys? What would it take, Luke, for a distributor to come to you and say, we want hybrids and we want it exclusively? How big does it have to be?
Man, I just don't. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
No, that's, I'm too much like Anthony over there, man. I'm like, no, that's not. I don't do exclusive deals, man. I'm like, it's my IP. I'm going to do with it what I want to do with it. If I decide I want to sell it on my website, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to sell it, if this other dude over here is, going to start up a distribution company and it's the only title he's got, and he wants to push it as hard as he can, I'm going to let that guy do it too. Anybody that wants to partner and we can work together on that stuff, I will. But I believe in partnerships, but not exclusive. I'm nobody's product, so screw that.
How about you, Larry? You're for sale.
Am I? A monopoly on anything is a bad thing. In my chats, they're talking here. They're saying, Ibanette says this is the time for indie companies to start figuring out what works and what doesn't, especially now that everything is online. Pops says they were trying to run everything, no exclusives ever. Man. I mean, I have an exclusive deal for T-shirts, right? I have a 3-year contract with PopArtGear.com for T-shirts. I cannot have my T-shirts made by anyone else until that contract runs out. It served me well so far, but at the same time, if I can find a better deal, I'm not able to take it because I'm under contract, right? So.
Yeah. How about you, Randy? You've dealt with Diamond. You've been distributed to Diamond. What would it take for Diamond to get you back on the teat exclusively?
Oh, they'd have to show what they would do for me, as opposed to, and that's not, Diamond is sitting up on a high tower expecting you to walk up to them and beg, and back in, like what everybody else has said, especially Anthony, when they start blacklisting people, when they start going out of their way to hinder your business on purpose to the retailers, when they are the only connection to the retailer and they're literally castrating you and your attempts to do business, you just have to go out there and figure out what to do to get around them. That's all part of the wonder of independent comics. That's why I did a newspaper for 10 years. That's why I love this idea of crowdfunding. That's why I love this idea of competition in distributor. I don't necessarily want Diamond to go away, but I would love to see them change their business practices so that they were pro comics instead of just pro Marvel, DC, or this horrible mindset that they've been in forever about what a comic book is and who the comic buyer is. Part of the problem with stretching this market out is the fact that they've been so single-minded, and they've taught the retailers to be so blinded and single-minded as well.
Daniel, would you be okay with a distribution model that was exclusive? Like Diamond said, hey, you can't go to any other distribution company?
Hell no. Because it's like this, because if you're going to stop my business, that's like, for example, let's think about it in the street, right? Uh-oh. If somebody is trying to take, if you're, say like, for example, if you're like a businessman on the street, and Anthony knows what I'm talking about. If you're on the street and you're selling something, and another person comes up to you and they try to take away your business, what do you think? That's like taking food out of your child's mouth and out your mouth. What? Hell no.
Those people are taking business from you and call the police.
Exactly.
To be fair, we're talking about selling tomatoes and apples on the corner. Let's be fair.
Oh, okay. All right. I see.
Exactly.
Well,
Hell no.
Tomatoes and apples have been fertilized and passed by the FDA. Not out to sell those. They could be covered in Corona, crawling in Corona. You should be arrested.
You're hurting my business right now, Darren. Stop.
What'd you say, Mom?
Darren's hurting my business model. I just want to say this real quick, Darren. I just want to make it clear. I am for sale. I don't want it to appear as if I can't be bought off or anything like that. All joking aside, I agree with both Luke and with Larry. I mean, with everybody on here. But if Diamond comes and offers me like Randy said, if they offer me something, which again will benefit me, I have no problem with that. My issue is with Diamond coming to me as as Luke said, and I'm Luke and I'm over here, and Diamond comes to me and starts trying to put the squeeze on me to stop me from doing what I'm doing. That I'm completely against, and I think that's bullshit. But if they come to me and want to break bread with me, and I feel like this is beneficial, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's
that is his favorite word, y'all.
Randy kept hearing from different people when Randy was putting together a distribution company years ago, and he said he kept hearing from different publishers.
What the hell? I don't want friends. Yeah, we started at the A's, and by the time we got to Antarctic, we were tired of hearing the exact same wording. So we figured that Diamond had gotten ahead of us and had called everybody and said, "Hey, you don't want to jeopardize your standing with me or with Diamond, or we don't want your percentages to be in jeopardy here. You don't want to lose our because they had just upped their minimums again to 1,200. Now they're, I think, 15. So they intentionally were going around and trying to slam competition.
Correct, and that I'm definitely against.
They ought to be slammed on their damn head.
In my
That goes back to the 80s and the Heroes World debacle where Diamond ran around like Chicken Little screaming to everybody, the sky is falling, you need to sign with us because we're the most secure company in town, when they made sure that they were the most secure company in town by signing them as exclusives.
But I got a statement. I'm sorry about that, bro. I got a statement, y'all.
Yeah.
I hate Marvel. I hate Marvel. I'm sorry. I hate them with a passion. I cannot stand them. Especially, right? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna go off the handle over here. Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Careful, I got the soapbox over here.
He's about to bring up Wolverine.
Dad, I can bring it over to you.
About to bring
Oh
up
my
Wolverine.
God.
I know it too. Yeah.
Oh my God. You got
There we
Wolverine
go.
taking. Oh my God. You got Wolverine taking dick in his ass now. That's nasty. You got
Welcome to
Wolverine
TVMA,
taking dick in his ass.
DLSV.
But bro, that's just destroyed. That's just destroyed Wolverine. Come on now, how he turned from Bub now saying, "Hey, Daddy."
100%. Yep.
You got him. You got Wolverine. You got Wolverine saying, "Hey, Bub," but now you got him all turn around and say, "Hey, Daddy, what's up?" The hell? Now he's taking dick.
I agree with you, man. I was the biggest X-Men fan for years and years and years, and what they've done with Wolverine, Jean, and Cyclops and this weird relationship that they're in, there's no way in hell that Cyclops and Wolverine would ever share the same woman. They'd rather tear each other apart.
Well, we can do an entire program just on the mistakes that Marvel has made in the last 3 years.
Yeah, to top it off,
Probably more than an entire program.
To top it off, they let Cyclops be the top, though.
Marion over there is laughing his ass off.
To top it off, they let Cyclops be the top. Come on, man. Come on. He's bitch made. You gonna let him be the top? And come on, man. You just turned.
I'm definitely a Cyclops fan, but I hear what you're saying. In the chat here, Ivanette says, "I agree with Randy. Randy, someone agrees with you, brother."
Uh-oh.
It's amazing, right?
Man, you should tell him that. It'll go to his head.
I know, right?
Yep.
She also says, I find that the better stories are actually from the indie companies. Marvel and DC began to cater to a new audience and has been soiling their established characters. And the fans are beginning to notice and are slowly starting to seek other stories and alternatives. Keep in mind that this is a woman of color, Hispanic woman who's saying, hey, I don't like what it is that you're pumping out to me. I want something different.
Well, it's because most intelligent people recognize patronizing when they see it.
Well, I was telling you,
that's been a lot of the Marvel product lately. Hey, look at what we're doing. Suddenly, this guy's
I'll tell y'all
gay.
I'll tell you another one. The crazy part about it is, I see a lot of fucking Marvel fans like just chomping at every time you say something about Marvel. They be like, "Well, Spider-Man."
Yeah, I ran into them, one the other day. You know what I mean?
I saw that, Larry. I saw that. I caught it.
Yeah, well, Spider-Man is the best. Get the hell out of here. The dude, oh my God, the dude was macho. Now he's turned into a big bitch. Come on, man. What the hell is they doing?
I have no problem with any of the characters. Like they turned Iceman. Iceman. Well, I don't think they turned Iceman. Yeah, I think the Iceman.
Oh, yes, they did.
The Iceman character.
Yes, they turned him gay.
Come on, Barry.
When I look back and I see the seeds they planted, it's like, okay, Iceman is gay. Whatever. What I do not like, and what I think is clearly patronizing, is what's his name? Snowflake and Safe Space. I think that's patronizing. Yeah. And I think it's going to back up because the people they made that for don't even like it.
Come on, Barry. Tell them what.
I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read the book. I refuse. They can
it wasn't written for you.
It wasn't. They proved that. They proved that it wasn't written for me.
It's not written for anybody.
I'm not
people that made it.
But hold up. But hold up, come on, Variant, tell the truth. You know you want to say this damn motherfuckers. They done spoiled the kids' mind. Got them thinking I want to take some dick in my ass. Now, come on, man, come on.
I don't think they got the kids.
Variant loves safe space. Don't let him fool you, bro.
I will say this.
Exactly.
I think Wolverine and Jean
have caused me more grief than what it's fucking worth, man.
I hear that.
Any editor worth their salt, which Marvel, doesn't have, would have looked at Safe Space and Snowflake and gone, How is this different from Cloak and Dagger? Same powers.
If I
You're just trying to use the words.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's
They're just
I think
out
that
to
I-
incite conversation like this
Look,
but here's the thing.
by ticking people off by doing SJW verbiage.
I'll say this about Marvel. It's so crap. Why do we keep talking about it? Let's just move on and talk about all the really good indie stuff that's out there. Everyone in this room is creating something better than what Marvel is right now. So why are you going to waste our breath on it?
I'll
Really
drink
good
to
point.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the chat,
Let
here-
them have their safe space, and we'll have our space.
So you got Steven Kirkpatrick in my chat all worried here, King Dan. He's like, wait, what's Wolverine doing? And he says, matter of fact, what the hell happened to the X-Men in general lately? They've become practically their own evil empire, and Marvel Comics has broken my heart one too many times. This is something that we continuously keep hearing, continuously. And Ivanette says, she says, what happened to those amazing characters from the 80s? All good questions.
Yep. Lou, who's a big-time retailer around in my area, says right now the indies have the stories for sure.
Right. I just want to let y'all know.
And he says he was selling a whole 2 Icemen there at the end.
I just want to let y'all know. Look, now the whole world is everybody's talking in that comment box. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the crowd. So just let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get some SJWWZZE, all of them, and they mama up in here now, y'all. Just let y'all know.
You can direct all your hate mail to the first time, not to Rob. Direct it to Daniel.
King Daniel.
We gotta wrap it up.
It's that time, right, folks. We gotta wrap it up.
You can still direct my hate mail to Rob, though.
Yeah. I do want to tell everyone.
Or Larry. Larry will take the hate mail too.
Yeah. Larry just responds to all the hate mail. It's crazy. Yeah. I go high.
Listen, I made a response yesterday, and the guy deserved it, and that's all I'm saying.
12,647 people listening on Indie Vote Radio right now, and you can be a part of that.
All of you.
You could be a part of that group. It's really easy. But first, if you want to get your question on Indie Vote Radio or Indie Vote Live, you can do so by emailing us at IndieVoteLive@IndieVote.com. Include Indie Vote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less, or I'm not going to be able to fit them in the field there, put them on the screen. Again, you just heard me give you that number, 12,000 some odd people listening.
Yes,
which is really cool. And you can be a part of the number by downloading the Indie Vote Radio app. It's the perfect companion to our official website, IndieVote.com. Indie Vote Radio plays the best in the indie music, entertainment, news, and more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Hear music from talent like Park Squares and Alleys and Dimswin. Download the Indie Vote Radio app on Android's Google Play Store, or listen in with a streamer app on iOS. You can also check out Indie Vote Radio by visiting our official site, IndieVote.com, and utilizing the built-in player right there on the front page. And then, because you are stuck in the house and you watched all of Netflix, all of Hulu, and all of Disney Plus, you can check out Indie Vote TV, which is free. I mean, completely free. I'm giving stuff away. What the heck? Indie Vote TV is over the top. Yeah.
You sound like an auctioneer.
I am.
He is.
I speak very fast. Indie Vote TV is
selling it.
over the top streaming service. Yeah, I got it. And it's free. I'm still selling it. Over the top streaming service available on Roku, coming very soon to Amazon, Fire Stick, and more. Stream independent movies, music videos, wrestling, original documentaries, and more on Indie Vote TV. And again, it's free. You can find Indie Vote TV by searching the channel store on your Roku device or Roku-enabled television. I'm going to let you guys know where to find these gentlemen at. We will start with Larry. Larry, where can they find you?
Underneath a table somewhere, passed out. No,
hiding.
Rebel Comics and Gaming on YouTube is where I do all my shenanigans. But lately, those videos also go up on Facebook Live until Facebook has enough of me and then takes them down. Niobe Comic on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, though. And but yeah, I encourage everyone to come to the YouTube channel. I talk comics there. I do a lot of live gaming. I like to bring on people just like Varian does here, although I haven't done it a lot lately, but I like to get King Daniel on to promote his book. I want to get Nick Gibson on to promote his book. There's a couple other guys that I want to bring on and just shoot the breeze with. So all that stuff's coming up soon.
Cool. Luke, where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me at lukestonestudios.com or just Google Luke Stone Studios. Right now, we got that Kickstarter just ended, but I'll tell you what, Vane, if any of your listeners or watchers or viewers or whatever whoever out there in the interwebs, if they decide they want to get a head start on the hybrids train there, and they want to get a pre-order of issue 5, you can contact me and take a look at that Kickstarter, and you just PayPal me the money and I'll send you the books as soon as they ship. So we'll take care of that. All right. So make sure to look me up.
Right.
And I'm sorry, we're so close to the end of the show. We haven't pulled up any artwork for hybrids or for God's Hand from Anthony. So
yeah,
look at both of their campaigns.
We see God's Hand has a huge ad on the side of indievolt.com. It's huge. I don't like it. Every time I go to the site, it's there. It reminds me of Anthony's book and how popular it's becoming. So yeah. There's a hybrids. Go ahead, put that back up, Luke.
Yeah, put those up there. Show that up.
Hybrids. Look at that. There's issue 2,
There we
3, issue 4, and issue 5 is coming. It'll be here in just a few weeks, and so
Awesome.
really excited about that.
Good.
That's awesome, brother.
Excellent. King Daniel, where can they find you at?
Chains 19, baby. Hey, out there listening land, we ready. Come on out, because we about to hit the rock. And we not to hit the rock, not the coke, but we about to hit this day. We about to come out and we about to blow your mind. Let's get it, baby. Chains 19, Breaker Chains Comics page on Facebook, Chains 19.
There you go.
All right.
Sweet.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Anthony Figaro, where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me at Anthony@kiddestructo.com, where we will be hitting the rock. That is the crack rock. And so we don't make any posts about that. It's how we produce all our work, very quickly, very fastly, very proficiently. But you can reach me. You can get to me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn. You can get me on all those things there. And God's Hand, which is currently in demand on Indiegogo. You can go see that right now and get on board with that.
Beautiful.
Thank you again for having me on here. Thanks everybody for listening, man.
You should send me a link to that so I can post it up on the page. Anyone that's got a project going, let me know.
But right now you can
Will
catch
do. Thank you,
Anthony
Larry.
in his backyard. That's where you can catch him.
Yeah.
And
Draw the
Pop
finals
just
right
wants
now.
Pop's put a link here. He wants everyone to go over to Comic Related Madness. It's a great comic book group where they won't kick you out for having a difference of opinion.
Yeah, we need to get Pops
Interesting.
back on here.
That happens?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They built out a whole bunch of people just because they didn't toe the company line, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Hey, all
you're
y'all.
talking
Hey,
about
hey,
IC2?
I saw
That's
that.
stupid.
I
Hey, all
haven't
you-
seen any of it.
hey, all you guys, add me on Facebook too.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Randy, where can they find you at, sir?
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. I twit all the time. Well, not all the time, but every once in a
You
while.
twit.
You won't find me hitting any rocks, that's for sure, because I don't plan on driving for a while. So, but I also
least-
do the Zim Geek channel, ZIMMGEEK, over on YouTube, where I'm throwing new content up. There should be something up here within the next couple days, I swear. And of course, here on Indie Volt, we're here Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursday mornings at 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And occasionally
Cool.
I'm on Wednesday nights and Friday nights and Saturday nights if we really get drunk. It's all good.
Man, I'm in.
Yeah. And of course, I'm KYD_V on Twitter and Variant Ground on Facebook. IndieVolt.com, IndieVolt on Facebook, Instagram. My publishing company, LastCallComics.com. LastCallComics.com. It's also on all social media networks. There's all kind of ways to get in touch with me. And then we'll be back. Randy and I will be back.
At least.
At least Tuesday at 9 p.m. for Indie Vote Live.
Is there
we
a
got some
Friday,
guests
is there a
coming on.
Friday night stream this time?
There is, I believe, a Friday night draw stream tomorrow. I believe. Don't quote me on that though. I'll check. I believe there is though.
Oh,
And
depends
then
on
of
if your
course,
absinthe holds up.
if it depends, yeah, it depends
Yeah.
on.
But hold up, is this all recorded, right? So I can just send it all to the people who didn't
yeah.
see it, right?
Oh yeah, all the Indie Volt stuff is archived over at the Indie Volt YouTube channel.
Yeah, the question is whether
I'll
or not
send
you
you-
want more people to see this.
So you're up there for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, send me the link, Barry. And
We love
let-
likes, we love comments in the comments section. Any way you want to communicate with us is great.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it'll be
get a
up
lot
there.
of. You know I'm gonna get a lot of likes and a lot of hates now, but oh well, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the same with
Well,
all.
what's it on?
Nothing new, King Daniel.
Everybody, this has been a Indigo production. Stay safe, stay healthy. We are not owned by Disney, not yet, but we are available. I'll see you guys all later. Have fun.
Anthony just dropped out. Sorry, Anthony.
Oh my God, Anthony, no.